Hi, everybody. Welcome into today's show here on JTV. We are already through 6 weeks, 2/3 mark of the high school football season. I'm David. That's Adam. Thank you to the Insurance Circle agency, myinsuranccircle.com. Coming into last week, I didn't think we had a lot of, I guess, call it good matchups, like two good teams. Or two teams with a good record playing against each other.
Yeah, on paper. It was
on
like
paper.
That.
But we had 1, 2, 3, 4 games, one-score games.
Yeah. Had some close matchups.
Yeah. That's where we start off with today's show. High school football week 6. Recap that. Springport going to 6-0. They are dominating. Remember Stockbridge, we came in saying, listen, they had 2 really good conference wins. Well, Springport beat them 53-0. So they're just unstoppable.
Yeah, they've been unreal.
Springport scored 32 points in the second quarter to improve to 6-0. Their quarterback, Gibson Overwick, so he had 213 yards, 4 touchdowns, and just 7 passing attempts. 4 passing touchdowns and 213 yards. Springport going to 6-0. You can pencil them in now as the Big 8 champions, unless they were to get upset next week or something. But pencil them in now. I still think they're going to go 9-0 and host a playoff game. I would think if you go 9-0, at least the first couple rounds of the playoffs you host. But there's some really good Division 8 teams like Hudson, Beale City, Fowler, on and on. So we'll see. That's going to be an interesting playoff run for them. Cascades West, Jonesville over Addison, 20-0. Addison now 0-6. Jonesville at 4-2. John Milks, 28 carries for 175 and 2 touchdowns. He's continuing to play excellent on the ground for Jonesville. The upset of the week, something we were watching at J High at the end of the J High game, and that game was just ending. I had to get it on.
Yeah, when I was tallying up our picks for the week, I went to this game and I was like, wait, I had to like double take. I was like, no way. I was like, I cannot believe Leslie lost.
Yep. So I have some of the highlights here. There was a lot more I wanted to put in, but ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Leslie was up 22-8 in the fourth quarter. Manchester marches down there. Not super long drives either, obviously, because of their kind of offense. They had to move, and that's what they did. Tied it up, and then Manchester went down again, took the lead, and then made it 30-28. So, 30-22, and then Leslie went down there, scored, down by 1, and you can't really tell on the NFHS camera. I hate to keep complaining about it, but you can't really tell on that camera if it was like a bad snap or if they intentionally faked the extra point on the last play, but Leslie didn't get it. And that's how Manchester won, 30-29. That's now back-to-back losses for Leslie, and as long as Napoleon beats Leslie this week, that's going to for sure guarantee the winner, Napoleon Center, Week 8.
Wow.
Will take the East. So thanks to a Manchester upset victory, the chances of Leslie getting back into the conference title game are really slim.
It's not thinking that.
They have to beat Napoleon this week.
Yep. It's do or die.
It's do or die now. So shout out to Coach Lindemann in Manchester. Huge victory for them.
Oh, yeah.
30-29. They go to 3-3. Game we had live on JTV, Jackson 26, Monroe 20. Jackson held a 20-0 lead at halftime, and then Monroe with a few touchdowns late, but Jackson was still able to hold them off. Kylan Davis was our Tri-County Water player of the game. He led the Vikings. He threw for a touchdown at quarterback. He ran for a touchdown and caught an interception on defense. Number 2, Kylan Davis. Plus Quentin Rawls, Jacob Worthy, Takai Estwick, many different players. It was really by committee that helped Jackson get this win. They needed it really bad. Great win at home for the Vikings and Coach Antonio Parker. Any takeaways from you from that game? Jackson was up 20-0, and that's something Max and Coach Parker, he had mentioned to Max in the post-game interview, was, look, we got the win, that's great, but we still got to turn the ship around, and we still have to finish games because they were up 20-0 at halftime, and they won 26-20.
Yeah, I mean, they got to play all 4 quarters. That's the problem that I see, but I almost wonder, like, once that, which is the first time at least I've ever bet a game of this happen, when the scoreboard went out, so they had to keep the clock on the field. All the refs had to, so that really slowed up the game. So that was almost, I got like flashbacks to the Super Bowl when the power went out and then it came back on, and San Fran started making a comeback. I kind of felt the same way here, whereas like after that happened, Jackson kind of just stalled and Monroe just started taking over. You almost wonder if there's more time in the clock, what could have happened.
Yeah, that's something I didn't think about, was like, what if, like, the time, you know what I mean? It wasn't all in sync with everybody who was keeping a timer down there.
Yeah.
So what if there was more time left and maybe Monroe would have had a chance at 1 or 2
exactly.
more? I don't know.
Have you ever been at a game? Have you ever worked a game where that happened, where the scoreboard went
No,
out?
this is the first time.
It was interesting.
I have never called an overtime high school game, ever.
Really? Never. I've been to one.
Never. I have seen one, the Shot Clock Classic game for basketball.
Oh, so this is for both basketball and football.
Yes, for basketball.
That was like a double overtime game, too. That one was crazy.
That Northwest.
Yeah.
Yeah. In basketball and football, I have never called an overtime game.
Wow, no kidding.
And this is my 7th football season here.
Wow.
I've never called an overtime game. We've had a couple of the last few years.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I did not call that game.
Yeah.
But we did have an overtime game.
Well, for basketball, you mean? Or was it
football?
I don't remember that. Was I not there at that one? That wasn't live, was it? If it was live, I had to have been there, but I just
see. Now I'm bad. I'm trying to think of the name.
I remember one
schools
that I was at, and it was in Marshall. That I was at one, and it was overtime. And I remember it was.
Was it a taped game?
Yeah, it was me and Brandon back in the day. This is like 2019, and this would have been. I don't remember who was. It was
Marshall was playing either Western or Northwest.
Yeah, it was, and I think it was. Oh man, who was it? It was Dan Gallagher and somebody else. Somebody who's not around anymore. I can't think of.
Gabe Shirai.
No, it wasn't Gabe.
The D team.
Yeah, I mean, I just can't think of it. I'll think of it in the break. But yeah, no, I just remember it was a crazy, crazy game.
Yeah. Well, so I've never done an overtime game.
Yeah.
I thought we had one though. Was that Napoleon Center game a few years ago? Was that overtime? They played on Saturday. We just talked about it on Wednesday where it rained.
I don't think it was overtime, but Noah would know. We'd have to ask him.
Yeah.
He is crazy when it comes to that kind of stuff, his memory on that.
So anyways, who knows how much time could have been left.
Oh, yeah.
But good win for the Vikings, getting their second win on the year. Photos from that game online at JTV.tv and more highlights. Hanover 54-6 over Homer. 6 different players scored a touchdown for the Comets, and they are still undefeated in the Cascades West. So if Hanover beats Vandercook this Friday, that will very, very likely punch their ticket back to the conference championship game.
Good for them.
For the West, because they already beat Jonesville, who's in second.
That's right.
Columbia, they had their homecoming Friday big over Vandercook, 60-13. As a team, Columbia rushed for over 350 yards. Quarterback Connor Renfro, 11-13, 201, 3 touchdowns. And Julian Boardman, Boston Pilazinski each rushed for over 100 yards for Columbia and each scored a rushing touchdown. And we had an offensive lineman score in that game, too, for Columbia.
Let's go. Big boy score.
A carry for a 2-yard rushing touchdown at the goal line.
Let's go.
So, shout out to Columbia. Big win for them on homecoming. Napoleon over Grass Lake at GL 30-6. The Pirates stay undefeated in conference play and improved to 4-2 overall with the win. Napoleon ran for just under 300 yards. Jaden Service, Bryce Bailey, Carson Warner, all scoring. Even Napoleon, who was full house T, they even had a passing touchdown.
Wow.
They threw the ball. Quite a few times in that game they actually passed. And so Napoleon hosts Leslie this week. They're both 4-2. So, again, I said it earlier, a win by the Pirates over Leslie would pretty much guarantee the Week 8 game we'll have live at Michigan Center. The winner will host the very next week. So, shout out to Napoleon, their big win over Grass Lake. Post-game interview and post-game thoughts with the head coach, Derek Schell.
I'm just really proud of the guys and the way they fought. It was great for us to win, doing some things that we aren't used to. We threw the ball a little bit more than we normally do, and the guys excelled. And we just saw a lot of our guys. We're a young squad. We saw a lot of guys take big steps. We saw a nice goal line stand there in the third quarter, and to see those things is awesome. They're just coming out of the gate playing smash mouth physical football. Those sudden change of possession, things like that. The 2-minute drill is somebody's like, when you get in those situations, are you gonna throw the ball and stuff? And it's kind of the mentality of, we're gonna stay in the tee and we're gonna play Napoleon football, and it's things that we practice every week because we know that our guys might not be super comfortable with this, so we practice that to make sure that they are comfortable. Just that leaning into the offensive line, they're kind of the heart and soul of the offense, and they're just continuing to play the smash mouth physical football that they do, and they're the heart of the offense, and they're doing an awesome job for us. It's a great launching point. We're into the meat and potatoes of the schedule. We got a really good Leslie and a really good Michigan Center team, and it was good to see some things from the team. Like, it was great to see.
Photos from that game online at jtv.tv. Another surprise game.
I told you I believed in the Titans.
Lumen Christi going down to the Glass Bowl in Toledo and beating Toledo St. Francis 14-7 to improve to 500. They are 3-3. Paul Sattler, 223 yards and a touchdown. Wes Learned had the other touchdown for Lumen. Benny Gaston, Lumen threw for over 200 yards in that game. We've been talking about the passing game in the last few weeks, and they must watch. I hope they do. I appreciate it if they do, because they pass for over 200 yards. They throw the ball a lot better. So, Lumen is hosting a team from Ontario, Canada this week, just like they did last year. Not the same team, different team. But
Newmarket Huron Heights? That's the name?
I'm going to look up where that's at.
Yeah, I have no idea.
But
you said a team from Ontario?
Yes. But a good win for Lumen Christi, and it's coming into this year. Toledo was the favorite in the Catholic League. So for them to get a huge win at their place over Toledo really just helps Lumen Christi out even more. And because of how strong of teams they play with the playoff point system, that pretty much gets Lumen in the playoffs. Right. They could finish 3-6 or 4-5 and still be in.
And you know what this result helped out even more than Lumen Christi? Helped me with our picks. Yep. Because of this game and in Jackson, I'm now in the lead by 1 point. So just putting that out there. You might be looking at a 2-time winner, two years in a row, but I'm only up by 1 right now. We still got a little bit to go, so we'll see what happens. But great win for Lumen Christi. That's exactly what they need to do. I figured it was going to be a low-scoring, tough game. So big win for the Titans. That's awesome. We hope they just keep on rolling. But like you said about the playoff points, it's like the class of opponent that they faced is really kind of going to play into their favor here.
Yeah. So Huron Heights School, Newmarket, Ontario is north of Toronto. That's where they're at. So they're way up north of Toronto. Yeah. It's 5.5 hours.
Quite a ride for them
from Jackson.
Yeah.
just to get stomped by the Titans.
Yep, that's right.
5.5 hours.
They'll remember the night that they played the Titans.
Remember the Titans.
Yeah, remember the Titans.
So good win for Lumen Christi. They are now 3-3 on the year. Western, we said coming into that game, Harper Creek's been scoring a bunch of points, and they're really good. They beat Western 46-8, and a tough loss for Northwest, 37-30. Could not score again late in the second half to beat Berkeley. The Bears, 37-30 over the Mounties. Western hosting Northwest rivalry game and Hunger Bowl night as well, the fundraiser this Friday. Hillsdale fell big to Clinton. Concord fell. They're 3-3. And that's about it for week 6. Any other nuggets?
Oh, I knew he was going to say it. I knew he was going to say nuggets.
Anything else that stands out to you from week 6?
You know, a lot of these games I know that we didn't think maybe the matchups were anything crazy. We thought it was going to be kind of cut and dry, but there was a couple surprises in there. You know, it's just kind of like what I said. I had a feeling Jackson, they knew they had to win this game. Same thing with Lumen Christi. Those are the only 2 reasons I picked those teams, because it was just like you had to win those games, and they came through. So, I mean, you know, a couple of our area teams had losses, but, I mean, for the most part, our area did pretty well this week, so no complaints from me.
I apologize for picking Monroe.
Dude, who are you going to take this week?
Who does Jackson play?
I don't know. I didn't look it up. Well, obviously, we're going to do our pick segment, but... Yeah.
You'll find out Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll look it up during the commercial break. I should probably know who they play next week.
Yeah, but, you know, we're still a few days behind that. I do want to mention that right now, you know, we're filming this before the Chiefs-Jaguars game, so but we both had Chiefs, so it doesn't matter really there. But right now our win-loss is I'm 77-44-1, and you're 76-45-1. So real close.
So it was the either J. High Monroe game or Lumen, whichever one. It was those 2 games that...
It was those 2 games. Those were the only games that we differed in. So with one of them I tied, and then the other one I took the lead. But I mean, like last week we talked about how we struggled with our picks. We were like 9-11-1 or something like that. Like we just did not do great. This week I was 15-4 and you were 13-6. So we had really good weeks overall. But how about this? Put the shoe on the other foot. Do you have any nuggets from this week?
Well, Jackson, to answer we were talking about earlier, Jackson, that was their last home game too, was against Monroe. So they're going to Lincoln this Friday and then to Adrian.
Ooh.
2 top teams in Division 3. And then at Hazlitt, a D4 powerhouse too.
Man.
So, 3 tough games to end the year for Jackson. I mean, other takeaways. I would have expected the game with Columbia and Vandercook to be closer.
Yeah.
Considering how the Jayhawks started the year. I was surprised it was 53-0 Springport.
I know.
We knew coming in Stockbridge was under 500, but you know, they just got those 2 huge wins, so I thought maybe Stockbridge should make it a little bit of a game. But I can't say I'm surprised either because of how good Springport's been playing. So
yeah.
Springport's going to be 9-0. I'll book it right now. I have been booking it, but 9-0. Good win for Jonesville. And Manchester really needing the win. They're a young team. A lot of new faces this year. So it's good to see them get a win against especially a really good opponent, a division higher than them.
Yeah.
In Leslie. And now because they beat a Division 7 team, not only played them, but beat them, that helps Manchester with the points.
Yeah.
So now they're back in the playoffs in Division 8. So I believe that's it. All my nuggets.
There's his nuggets.
For this week. Until we talk probably food at some point again. But
favorite nugget?
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about fast food. We can't talk about like restaurant.
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, I think I might agree with you. I don't understand all the hype. Oh, no, you know what? Wendy's nuggets. I like Wendy's nuggets. The spicy
I'd
nuggets
put that
from
at number
Wendy's.
2.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously Chick-fil-A is really good too. But I don't know all the hype about the McDonald's nuggets. I mean, I do like me some McDonald's sometimes, but I'd rather get Wendy's nuggets. You know.
Totally.
Yeah.
100%. All right, when we come back, Tigers kicking off the American League Division Series. We're filming this before Game 3 Tuesday, but some huge hits late in Game 3 Thursday of the wild card versus Cleveland. So we got Tigers and quite a few upsets in the NFL.
Oh, yeah.
From over the weekend.
Ones.
So we'll be right back. Welcome back here on JTV. So I'm doing an impromptu addition to the show today. I know.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm surprised. Normally I do that to you. Yeah.
But so before I get to the Tigers and then the NFL, tomorrow, Tuesday. Well, what is today? October 6th. Tuesday, October 7th, noon, Eastern time. LeBron James is making a huge announcement regarding his career.
Oh, this might be it.
People are already calling it, quote unquote, the second decision.
Oh, the second decision. He's going to take his talents to retirement.
He's going to take his talents back to South Beach.
Oh, my God. He's going back to Miami Heat. I knew it.
Oh, no. Is he going to play like 2012 LeBron again?
Man.
Do you imagine that at his age playing 2012 LeBron again?
But still, like, dude, like, he's still amazing. Like, he's still one of the best players in the league, even at his age.
Yeah.
We haven't seen that since, like, Kareem in terms of just longevity.
Right. So, just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah,
Noon
I
Eastern,
had no idea. Oh,
Tuesday, major
The
announcement.
decision part 2.
We'll see. Is he going to retire? Is he going to retire, and after his contract's done in a few years? Or it could be like a new shoe coming out of his.
That's true. Something tells me it's a little bit bigger than that.
I
If he's going to troll, then that'd be hilarious.
If he's just going to troll and say the new LeBron 22 shoe is out now, people would throw things.
Yeah, it'd be hilarious though.
Anyway, so that was my impromptu message there. Tigers, really, I mean, the runs obviously we have to score more runs.
Yeah.
Clearly saw that in Game 2 Sunday night. The one team, though, that's been able to get to Skubal and hit off him well this year has been Seattle, and that's exactly what they did in Game 2.
Wasn't anything too bad, though. It was just giving up solo home runs here and there. Like, it could have been a lot worse. Like, if there was runners on and stuff like that.
But Skubal's only going to get one chance to pitch in this series, maybe two if it goes to a Game 5.
Yeah.
So the one time we have him out there, because I don't really trust any other pitcher that well, if Skubal's not pitching, Tigers aren't going to do anything with themselves.
Yeah.
So then the one time he does pitch, sure, it was only a couple home runs. Still lost. The offense still not giving them any run support. We're not going to win any more games having it be 2-1 final score.
Right.
So that's my takeaways from that. Although huge hits in Game 3 later on versus Cleveland in the wild card.
Yeah, we want to talk about that.
That was big.
We didn't get to talk about that because I think that was on like a Thursday or something like that. It was somewhere later in the week. So, but yeah, that was a huge win. I was so happy. I was couldn't. When did it start? It started a little bit later. I think it started like 3.
On Thursday?
So I was
3.
I was working on stuff here, so it got to like that inning. It was like the 6th inning or something like that, and I was like, I can't leave. Like, so I was just watching it here because I was like, I don't want to be driving if something happens. And
it's better to watch it than to listen to it. Although I do love Dan Dickerson.
Oh, I do too. If I had the choice, I'd listen to him and I'd watch the game.
I was on a car ride up to Grand Rapids Thursday.
Okay.
So I actually did have to listen to most of the game.
Hey, at least you got to hear the big plays and got to hear Dan Dickerson call them.
It made the one lane of construction on the highway better.
Yeah.
So please fix that.
Yeah.
But continue.
But yeah, no. It was a great win. It was fun to watch that us finally get past the Guardians and get past Cleveland in Cleveland. That was very satisfying. And I think this series against Seattle, I still think we have a good shot. I think it's going to go probably 5. I think taking one out of the 2 was the key thing. You can't ask for them to take two games in Seattle. It's really tough. And we were right in it at the end. We had a chance. So I think if we could potentially take 2 here in Detroit, and we talking about going to the ALCS, which Toronto looks a little unstoppable right now, but we'll see.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, we'll see. But
until we get to Toronto, and then
you're fighting for a pennant, anything can happen. So,
yeah.
I'm still optimistic. I'm still optimistic of the Tigers' chances here against Seattle.
NFL Week 5, Thursday night. Man, the Niners beating
Mac Jones,
the Rams. Fumbled. If trying to get this in order here, I did not watch every play Thursday night. I will admit that. Kyron Williams fumbled right before he was going to break the plane.
That was in overtime. Yeah.
That was in overtime.
After the Niners kicked a field goal.
Yeah, after the Niners kicked the field goal. But then after one of them scored, before that to go to overtime.
That's right.
So what a game, what a division win for the Niners.
Oh, big win for Mac Jones.
The Vikings survived in London Sunday morning against Cleveland. That game was really, really bad.
Yeah,
I do appreciate, though, Jordan Addison giving me that touchdown at the end.
Dude,
that's the only thing he did, the whole game.
I was facing a guy in fantasy who had Jordan Addison, so he had 2 points up to that point. So I was like, oh, dude, I'm set. He's not going to do anything. And then I saw that, and I was like, son of a gun. But I was out drinking the night before. I just could not get up in the morning to watch this game. Nothing's drawn me to it.
Clearly, you didn't miss.
No, but
you didn't miss much there. It was Dylan Gabriel and Carson Wentz.
Yeah, by the time I got up, it was already the second half. So it's I tuned in a little bit and watched a few minutes of it. Didn't see that drive because I started driving. I had a party to go to that day, so I was driving out there.
Back-to-back days.
I know it was
tough.
There's a reason I sound like this today. That's all I gotta say. My buddy had a diaper party. Congratulations to Nick and Megan, by the way. Had a diaper party, also a Lions watch party. So we did that, and then of course that went into the Tigers.
You can't mix 2 parties into one.
Yeah, it was tons of fun, but yeah, it's a slow day
Tigers.
For me. Yeah, but go Tigers, go Lions.
The Broncos coming back in the fourth quarter to upset the Eagles in Philly. That was
no more undefeated, as we'll talk about later. No more undefeated teams in football.
Yep. Tampa goes to Seattle and gets a nice win, 38-35. I like that both teams wore their throwback uniforms.
Yeah.
And CBS actually adapted to that and made the score
that's
bug
cool. I didn't
with
see.
both old
yeah,
logos.
You're right. It was the old logo. Yeah, that is cool.
Somebody on Twitter had said a few days before that, Thursday or Friday, they tagged at NFL and CBS, whatever, and said, please, we know both these teams are wearing their old jerseys. Please do this and make this happen. This, you must.
Yeah, that's
and
so cool.
many people started retweeting and calling for it, and then eventually they were like, okay.
That's so cool.
The Lions dominated the Bengals. David Montgomery threw for a touchdown, former high school quarterback.
That was so sick. He threw, and I'm pretty sure he had a rushing touchdown in that game. So good game for Monty.
And what in the world happened to the Buffalo Bills on Sunday night?
Man.
That was probably the worst Sunday night game of the year so far. Good win for the Patriots, but it was probably the worst one so far besides the Chiefs and Giants game.
I mean, Drake May had a pretty good game. Stephon Diggs had a great game. Ramondre
Reunion
Stevenson
for him back
again.
to Buffalo.
Yeah, that was pretty cool to see him against Buffalo, but good win for them. Like I said, no more undefeated teams. Buffalo just did not look great. So, it's I think trust me, I still believe that the Bills are one of the best teams in the AFC, but AFC's a bit more open than I thought it was. I think I'll say that. It's a bit more open than going into the season where I'm like, It's the Bills and the Ravens and the Chiefs. You can put those 3 teams in there and no real other teams. And now it's just like with those teams struggling at times, it's just like, man.
But now it's like the Ravens are not. I think the Ravens are.
The Lamar injury is what's screwed them over. Right. That's it.
But they still gave up 44 to Houston.
Bills
that's
still
pathetic.
And that's the thing. The Bills are still the favorite. I'm not gonna say anything about that.
I still think it's Buffalo and Kansas City.
Yeah, I believe.
As much as I don't want to put Kansas City in there, you kind of have to.
Yeah.
So, a lot of good games NFL week 5 from over the weekend. Packers had a bye week, and Steelers had a bye week.
And the Falcons and one other team. I can't remember the other team.
Yes.
I know the Falcons did. I can't think of the other.
But 4 teams with a bye week. When we come back, got a few high school updates. Girls golf playoffs, regionals, Monday, Tuesday this week. And Wednesday, Thursday, soccer playoffs begin. So we'll get to that when we come back. Welcome back here on JTV. Another impromptu thing, I apologize.
You're all over the place. What are we doing?
Well, before we get to the golf here, I wanted to give you a couple new Lions injury updates.
No, what are you doing?
I just got Lions corner Terrion Arnold. He suffered an injury later in the game.
I saw that. Yeah.
According to Dan Campbell just now, he will be out for, quote, a long time.
No, that's not good.
They are not sure yet if it's for sure season-ending injury, but he will be out for the foreseeable future. And DJ Reed is also now on IR.
Our DBs, man. It's our corners are just getting chewed up.
So, that's all I had. Second impromptu news.
All right, let's figure out who's in free agency and see if we can go pick them up. Trade for some people, do something.
Yeah. I just hope it doesn't end up with 18 injuries.
I know.
You can see some of the big puzzle pieces that were hurt from last year, too, starting to happen again.
Yep.
And it's, you know what I mean? We're slowly getting back to that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So now I can get to what I was going to talk about. High school girls golf regionals are this week. Cross state. Everybody competing for a chance to play in the state finals. So Division II for Jackson, Northwest, and Western on Monday. Today they played at Forest Acres East at MSU in East Lansing. Division III in Tecumseh, Michigan Center. They played today, Monday. Tuesday, the 7th at Cascades. Hanover Horton, Lumen Christi, Concord. And then also today, Monday, was Division IV at Calderon for Columbia, East Jackson, Grass Lake, and Napoleon. So later this week, we'll have all the results and more photos, and you'll be able to find out who is playing in the state finals for the golfers. Boys soccer districts also kick off later this week. On Wednesday, Jackson Christian in Division IV going to Stockbridge Wednesday at 4:30. Wednesday at 6 in Parma, Western hosting Jackson High. Then on Thursday, Northwest goes to Dexter, Michigan Center goes to Hillsdale, and Grass Lake hosts Quincy in Division III. So we'll have that full schedule online at jtv.tv, and we'll have results for that later in the week as well. When we come back to wrap up the show, we'll tell you the teams that are in the playoffs right now for high school football, who they're projected to play, plus we'll look ahead to Northwest Western this Friday. So we will get to that and wrap things up when we come back on JTV. Welcome back on JTV. We have a couple things to get to before the playoff picture for high school football.
Yes, sir.
One, if you watch ESPN or you ever have, you know who Paul Feinbaum is. The pick my words here carefully.
Okay.
Probably the most biased person they have.
That wasn't.
And he's part of the reason why the whole network is biased for one conference. And you know what conference that is. But ESPN has reportedly removed Paul Feinbaum from appearances on any other ESPN show or being a co-host or a guest because of it's really obviously public news. Now, he's running for the Senate, the state Senate in Alabama, and because of the party that he supports and is running with, that's why ESPN has reportedly removed him from it.
I gotcha.
So, and people know what side ESPN is.
Yeah.
We're keeping it down the middle here. I'm just giving the facts.
Yeah.
We know what side ESPN supports. We know what side Paul Feinbaum is, and that's why that happened.
I gotcha.
But no, Paul Feinbaum is running for the state Senate in Alabama. That would be something.
Interesting. We'll see if he gets it or not.
Now,
I have
away from politics.
Yeah, I got something for you.
You've got something.
Go
ahead.
I went to you've been bringing stuff to the show, not telling me, so I'm adding something else to the show.
That's okay.
I had to get up after working Friday because by the time football highlights, we shoot the game, pack up, edit highlights. It's like
I know I texted you late.
Yeah, and I was just almost done with the highlights by the time that you texted me. So it was like 1:30 or something like that in the morning, and I tried to go to sleep, and then I got up for a 9 a.m. rec football game. So I was there out at J High again.
Can they play at like noon? Please,
they used
so
to.
we
They
can
used
sleep
to.
in?
Yeah, they used to. They used to like last year it was like 1 p.m. or something like that. So they so I was out there and had a good time shooting the highlights. At one point, you'll see, because we're going to show the highlights here. At one point, the kids, I think, started using me as a blocker because they just started running back towards me and almost colliding with me and running around.
The kid with the ball is he's running backwards after he gets the snap.
Yeah.
He's running behind you to get around.
And I was just like, all right. I was like, you do you. But, so I thought we could show those highlights for a little bit.
All the parents are like, what are you doing?
Use the cameraman. Use the cameraman.
Get a block.
Yeah.
Now, was that a first time that's happened to you?
That's the first time that's happened to me. Now, I know of other guys that have shot highlights years and years ago that used to happen to, but that was the first time that's happened to me.
What's real quick? I know we want to get to the highlights. What's like the biggest difference between shooting rec football, like with the kids that are in the older kids?
Yeah, like 5th and 6th grade.
Versus the really younger kids.
Yeah, I mean,
those teams.
I typically only shoot the 5th and 6th grade, but like the younger kids, I have been there and just seen the younger kids play, and it's just, it's absolute chaos because it's like the coaches are more instructing the kids how to do it.
Right.
I mean, this is chaotic in itself, but they're trying to explain everything because like the kids, this is their first experiences with those younger kids learning how to play football. So it's like there's a lot that goes into it, but it's like one thing I even see with the 5th and 6th graders is like the refs help out as much as they can too. They're the ones that are counting, being like, hey, you guys only have 10 guys out here, all that kind of stuff. So it's a fun experience hearing those kids screaming at their teammates to get set like Tom Brady to Gronk and stuff like that. It was funny.
Yeah. Get set.
Yeah, get set.
I want my fantasy points.
That's right.
So we do have those rec football highlights from Saturday. Let's take a look. And JTV will be excited to do the Rec Bowl in a few weeks, right?
That's coming up. And then I'll be back there next week after our next game. I'll be there
we'll have more Rec highlights next week.
More Rec highlights, and then they'll eventually have their semifinals, and then we'll find out the 2 teams that are going to meet in the championship, and we will be having that as a live stream on JTV like we've done the past few years. So
yeah, that's I know technically week 9 is the Cascades Championship. That's for high school, that's our capper to end the year.
And that's the week before.
No, that's right after.
Oh, is the Cascades
Saturday of week 9 Cascades Championship, and the following Wednesday.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant. Yes.
So this year we end our live football year with the Rec Bowl. Wednesday, whatever the last Wednesday of October is. So we'll be excited to have that. Real quick football playoff picture. The teams that are in the playoffs right now for high school, not much has changed from the last couple of weeks. Division 5, Michigan Center, again, because nobody else in the area is D5, that's even close, that's even in the playoffs. Center, they'll for sure be hosting first round. After that, I don't know. It's just going to depend on the other teams are projected to play right now, how they finish. Mm-hmm. But you could see a team like Romulus or Whitmore Lake or an Ann Arbor team have to come to Michigan Center for the first round. And Romulus is 500 too. So Michigan Center definitely get a first and second round win. After that, we'll see who they play.
Yeah.
Division 6, Napoleon still projected to be on the road. Because Lumen got that third win, they're now projected to host Buchanan instead of the other way around, having to travel. So we could see, if it lines up and they both win first round, it's going to be more of a tall task for Napoleon, but we could see Napoleon at Lumen district final.
Wow.
In the second round.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, that'd be the final 16 teams, too.
Oh, that'd be fun.
And in Division 7, Jonesville, what a hike that would be for them. Jonesville, Constantine, latest projections. And then on the other side, Leslie at Clinton. Clinton coming off that 69-14 win.
Yeah.
Clinton and Hudson, clearly the two best teams in the LCA in the Lenawee area. So Leslie Clinton would be a great matchup at Clinton too. They have a nice field, by the way.
Oh yeah.
And then Ottawa Lake Whiteford coming to Hanover Horton, and those two winners will play each other. So could get a Clinton Hanover second round game. That'd be a tough ask.
That would be
for Hanover. And in Division 8, Springport will host Manchester because of their win. They're basically right on the line to where they have to, if they lose another game from here on, they're not for sure out of the playoffs. They just fall out of the picture for that week.
Right.
Then if they win, they stay there.
Yeah.
So Manchester's been playing to where they're on that line. They have to survive, basically. So, and then we could see a Springport in either Hudson or Springport at Beale City. Second round game. Beale City's way up by Mount Pleasant.
Oh, okay.
Clare.
Yep.
I went to Springport, both of their playoff games last year. So, hey, maybe if we take a trip up to Beale City, if it works out in the second round.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It's not too far away.
No.
Let's go to Soaring Eagle, too.
Hey, there you go.
After the game.
Now you're talking.
On the way back.
Yep.
Sit up Soaring Eagle.
Yep. I like this. There we go.
Make a trip out of it.
Sounds good to me.
Watch the Tigers.
Yep.
If they're still in it by then.
I hope so. I hope we're watching the World Series at that point.
It ain't going to be the World Series. He ain't going to beat Toronto.
Hey, don't say that. Optimism.
What was the final score of that game with them against the Yankees? It was 9. It was 9-0 at one point. It was
game
bad.
2. You're talking about game 2. Game 2, I think ended up being 9-6. So Yankees came back.
A little bit of a comeback.
Yeah, game 1 though was 10-1. So they're scoring a lot of runs on them.
Yeah. Real quick before we go, this Friday we'll be live at Western for the Northwest Western
Classic rivalry.
Their rivalry of year is also a fundraising game. They call it the Hunger Bowl.
Nice.
So bring any non-perishable food items to the game to help donate and support the cause as well. But we're excited to be there. Both these teams have had an interesting season.
Yeah.
Coming in, it's not going to be like it has been the past few years where Western's the heavy favorite on paper. This year's totally different. I think coming into this game, Northwest is definitely the favorite. It's not going to be a blowout, though, their way. But it is going to be a great game, so I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
And the GOAT, Matt Kibbe, will once again have my headset this week.
You're going somewhere else?
Yes.
Nice.
So I am looking forward to being back out on the road again.
That's right, on the road again.
This Friday. So live at 6:45 thanks to Minuteman Sewer and Drain Cleaning. That's going to do it for us. Make sure you subscribe to JTV Sports, especially with all the postseason sports starting to happen this week. ORS photo galleries and more at jtv.tv. So thank you to the Insurance Circle Agency. We will have sports writer Doug Donnelly back on the show with us Wednesday for our game picks.
Yes, sir.
We'll see you then.
Go Tigers.